Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be going over what to buy and what to avoid this week in GTA Online. Obviously, as you guys can see sitting here behind me, we have the brand new Invitero Cockhead D10 Pursuit, which has just been released into GTA Online this week with the update week. Obviously, alongside the snow, which is a little less than ideal, to be honest, because kind of really makes this car not very drivable, but it still does pretty okay. If you want to know more about it, I do have a customization and review out now on this vehicle, as well as the other vehicle that got released today that is customizable, which is the Willard Outreach faction. There's actually a third vehicle released today. We're going to talk about it in just a minute, but before we do, leave a like on the video if you enjoy, dislike if you don't, consider subscribing if you're new, and let's go ahead and get started with the bonus money that's going on this week in GTA Online. To get things started, we have triple money and triple RP on the Entourage Festive Remix. So this is going to be paying, obviously, triple money, triple RP. Probably going to be a pretty decent way to make some money this week. I've honestly never played this in my entire life, so I don't really know a single thing about it, but it looks interesting. At the least, I guess. We also do have double money and double RP on dispatch work, which means it's going to be paying $50,000 every time you do it, and it takes very little time, like maybe 5 minutes for a mission, and you can activate it by obviously owning a police car. So if you do own a police car already, you can probably pay off your police car this week if you're dedicated enough to do the dispatch work whenever it is available to you. So that is honestly going to be probably one of the best money bonuses of the week. But the other money bonus that we have going on this week is going to be on pizza deliveries. Those are going to be double money and double RP as well. So that's also a pretty good way to earn some money this week, especially if you have a custom Pegasi pizza boy. But anyways, additionally, this week, of course, we do have all of the holiday things that we have. So we got the snowman outfit, we got the Gooch outfit, and I think we have the Yeti outfit all available as well. I don't think I'm probably going to make guides on those, but Subscribe for Tacos actually made guides on all of those today. Go check out his videos on all of those things. I'm sure that he's probably nailed it. So shout out to him and go check out those videos if you want to know more about those outfits. Now, there's also some login rewards this week. There's a festive penguin onesie, a gold reindeer pendant, a gold star fitted jacket and pants. The firework launcher with 20 rockets will get added to your inventory as well when you join, as well as full snacks, armor, and ammo. So that's pretty cool. We also have the Happy Holidays hauler, dropping money, RP, snacks, ammo refills, and a guaranteed E-Cola festive sweater or Sprunk festive sweater as well. So that is pretty cool as well. So yeah, that's all going on this week. Now we're moving on to Warstock, and these are the three new vehicles available. Obviously, we have the Cockhead D10 Pursuit here. We also have the Outreach Faction and the Taco Van as well. Out of the three, I would definitely say to buy the D10. It is by far the best car that was added into the game today, for sure. That being said, it is very expensive. It's $200,000 more than the previously most expensive police car in the game, which is the Bravado Gauntlet Interceptor. It's $200,000 exactly more than that vehicle, but you are getting a lot more car for it. So if you are going to buy a police car, I would say make it the Cockhead D10 Pursuit. If you don't have one yet and you're looking to know which police car is going to be, you know, the best and what one you should get, I think the D10 Pursuit has a very strong case to be made. It is probably the best police car. I would say I haven't exactly tested it in a fair environment yet because of the snow, but even in the snow, I feel like it was better than the Bravado Gauntlet Interceptor. So definitely keep that in mind. I do really think it is a better car, though. I really do. And if you are going to buy a police car, I think this is the one to get. The Willard Outreach Faction is an interesting car. It is kind of underwhelming in customization. I bought it and customized it. The reviews out on my channel if you want to know more about it or the specifics of it and everything like that. Basically, some key things that you need to know: it's got like 2 customization options. One of them is a hood option, and then it's got like the sirens that you can put on it, as well as the police lights and the bull bar. So it's got like basically nothing that you can do to it. It doesn't even have bumper options, which is pretty lame. And another thing that it doesn't have is a spoiler option, which is a pretty key option to be missing because it does not get a downforce bonus, which means the handling is not going to be as good as it could be. With that being said, it does actually handle pretty well. I was pretty surprised at how good it was. The acceleration was okay, and the top speed seemed okay as well. Overall, I don't think it's anything to write home about, but it does of course come with the missile lock-on jammer, as does the D10. I will just say that right now as well. So I still feel like it's kind of a ripoff for $4,150,000. I mean, not that we ever thought that the police cars weren't a ripoff. Like, if you're buying these cars, you kind of got to be of the mindset that you know you're getting scammed, but they're just fun. You know, they're fun to have. They're cool to have. But I would say if you only have the money for one cop car, just buy the D10. Save up the extra money and get the D10, because it really is just the best, and there's not really a point in buying any other police car other than that one now, because it is by far the fastest. The only thing I could think of for a reason to buy something with, you know, to buy a different police car would be just to get back seats, so you could put, you know, criminals away if you were doing like a role play scenario. But yeah, the Taco van, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't even driven it, but just don't. Just don't. Now, scrolling down on Warstock, you'll also find that the Western Company Rogue is on sale this week, and it is going to be 40% off, which is a pretty good discount. Not gonna lie, it's one of the better planes in GTA Online, so this is one that I would say you guys should be picking up this week. It's actually an awesome plane. Now, of course, in order to buy it, you will need to own a hangar, and then it's going to cost you a couple, probably close to $1 million in upgrades to make it as good as possible. You can upgrade the engine, armor on this thing. You can also do the handling of it, and then you can equip it with, I believe it's missiles and explosive MGs, as well as bombs are optional as well. It does have some livery options, but beyond that, that's pretty much all you can do to the Rogue. With that being said, though, that's all you need to be able to do to the Rogue. It is an awesome plane, and a fun fact is it's actually a two-seater, which is pretty cool. So you can have a co-pilot in this thing, which is pretty neat. Overall, the Rogue is an awesome plane, and for $720K if you got the trade price, or just under $960,000 if you don't have the trade price, either way, it is a very good purchase, and you should definitely be buying one this week. On Elitist Travel and Transport, we have the Havoc available, and it is discounted by 40% off this week. This is one I would not buy. I am extremely unimpressed with the Havoc. I've only flown this thing a handful of times. It's just not good. Just don't buy one. It really sucks to land. It's a one-seater helicopter. It just is not very good. I would avoid this thing. I don't think it's worth buying, especially for the insane price that it costs. Like, just, it's a stupid price. You should buy a Rogue. You should buy 2 Rogues before you buy a Havoc. It's just simply not worth it. Under the 4-door section on Legendary Motorsport, we got the Gallivanter Baller ST discounted this week. It is going to be 40% off, which is a pretty good discount, going for just over $400,000 if you have the trade price, and if you don't, it's going to be just under $550,000. For either of those prices, it's actually a pretty good car. The only thing I would say to watch out for is the understeer is pretty horrific, and it's not the best baller anymore. For a while it was, but now the baller STD is actually a lot better, which is right here. Obviously, it's going to come at a huge cost increase, so if you don't really care too much about the performance, you just want a nice Range Rover SUV to drive around, this is kind of the best of both worlds, because it's really cheap with pretty good performance, especially in comparison to some of the older Range Rovers like the Baller LE, as well as the one that you can steal off the street and everything like that. So yeah, for 400 to 500K, it's not bad. It's not terrible. I don't necessarily think it's super worth it if you're caring about performance, because the Baller STD is going to be better anyways. But if you don't care about performance, you just want a Range Rover, you should probably just buy the ST. Moving over to Southern San Andreas Super Autos, we get the Karen Boar discounted this week. The only thing I really have to say about the Boar that's like negative is this: it doesn't have much in the way of armor. It's a very weak vehicle, which is not very awesome. But other than that, it's pretty great. It's all-wheel drive. It's got some good customization. It's based off of the Subaru Brat in real life, and for under 900K, you're getting a pretty decent little off-roader with some good customization, and it is relatively new. I don't think it's going to be the best vehicle ever, but it's definitely not going to be the worst either. I do think it's pretty ugly looking, and even with customization, you can't really do much about that. You might like it. For under 900K, it's up to you. I would say probably to avoid it, but you could buy it at the same time. It is, I'm like pretty on the fence about it. Like, it's like you could buy it if you're interested in it, but if you're not interested in it, you're not missing anything by not having it. It's a cool car, but yeah, it's nothing too special, I would say. And on Southern, under the 4-door section this time, we got the Bravado Greenwood. This is an Imani Tech capable vehicle. It is the cheapest Imani Tech capable vehicle that includes armor plating as well as the slick mine dropper for $770,000, and for about $1 million if you don't have the trade price. This is one you kind of can't go wrong with. You can put the armor plating on it, so it can take like 4 RPGs or a few homing missiles, and of course it's got the slicks that you can put on it as well, and the missile lock-on jammer too. So the Greenwood it's a pretty good vehicle. It's also in the muscle category, so you get the wheelie. It's got decent performance, decent handling. Overall, for the price that it's going to cost this week, it might be worth picking up to you, especially if you don't have any Imani Tech cars to protect yourself in free mode yet. I would say that the Greenwood is a perfect starter for that exact purpose. Alright, so the rest of the discounts are going to be found within the car meet, the dealerships, everything like that. So we're going to head to the casino, car meet, and then the dealers, as well as the chop shop, and show you guys what's available at all of those places. Within the casino, we get the Western Power Surge available to be one. This is definitely one you should try to get. It's got a crazy speed glitch, and it's a really, really good bike. Definitely pick this one up. Within the car meet, we have the Emperor Vector available to be won, and in order to win this thing, you are going to have to place top 5 for 4 days in a row, which is relatively easy. You should probably try to do this. It is regarded as the best vehicle for the tuners subcategory races. It's all-wheel drive, it's got crazy customization, and it sounds absolutely incredible. Overall, it's a great vehicle. Definitely try to win this one. And within the car meet, we got 3 vehicles available in here. On the left, we got the Pfister Comet Safari with the special candy cane livery on it. It's a pretty awesome vehicle generally. I would say it's $710,000 if you do want that one. We got the Gallivant Baller ST that we talked about earlier. It's available for $534,000 with a special Christmas themed livery on it as well. And then of course we have the Pegassi Torero, which is a removed vehicle, and it is also discounted this week by 30% off, which is not bad. Going for just under $700K, it's not a bad price for the vehicle. It does have some nice customization, but the driving experience is not very fun. It does tend to understeer and then just bog down and be really slow. Overall, I would avoid the Torero, to be completely honest. But the Baller ST, like I said, you might want to consider it if you're in the market for a Gallivant Baller. But the Pfister Comet Safari is definitely one you should buy unless you have a chop shop, because we're going to talk about this thing in just a few minutes. So don't buy this thing yet if you're looking at it right now. Wait till we get a little further into the video. Alright, and within Simeon's, we got a few more Christmas themed vehicles. Starting off, we got the Ubermacht Revolter here. It is 40% off this week, and it does have optional front-mounted machine guns, which is pretty cool. Going for $966,000, which in my opinion is a lot of money for what you're actually getting with the car. It is pretty cool. It's all-wheel drive. It has a really great launch, a pretty great acceleration up to about 60 miles per hour. Then it sort of peters out, but it will reach up to about 120. And with the front-mounted machine guns on it, it is pretty cool. Overall though, no customization, and I don't think it's very awesome in that regard. So I would probably say to avoid this thing this week unless you care about this livery that's on it, which is, I think, rare. So that might be something you want to consider. We also have the Vapid Click here with a gift bow on it, and a cool livery here as well, which is pretty sweet. The Vapid Click is a pretty awesome car. This is formerly the fastest muscle car in the game for a long time, and it goes for $909,000. Overall, I wouldn't say it's necessarily super worth picking up now, especially now that it's not the fastest muscle car anymore, but it is still a cool car, and if you like this livery, you might want to consider picking it up. We also have the Visser Neo here, which has been added back to the website, so there's nothing really too special about it. It's not like it's removed anymore. It's got some good customization. The driving experience is not that awesome in my opinion. It is all-wheel drive, but it kind of feels really unbalanced, if you will. Overall, I would not buy a Visser Neo, especially because you can get it on the websites anyways, so like it really does not matter that much. We also have the JB700 in here, which is discounted this week. It is 30% off, which means it's going for $245,000, and for that price, I mean, it's not too bad. Keep in mind though, this is not the weaponized version. The weaponized version is the JB700W. This is just the JB700, so the guns on it do not work. This is purely if you just want like an Aston Martin DB5. I think this is based off of. So yeah, do with that information what you will. And of course, last but not least, we got the Albany Alpha in here, which is an awesome car. Some good customization for it as well. It is removed and it goes for $150K. For $150,000, you literally cannot go wrong. You should buy an Alpha this week. And Luxury Autos is super boring. We got the GTS and we got the godforsaken wide body. So yeah, you don't need to come here. Within the chop shop, for the first time in ages, we have 2 claimable vehicles this week. And this is why I said to wait a little bit later in the video. We got the Vapid Click, which was available in Simeon's. It is available to be won this week by completing some robberies. If you want the Vapid Click, you're going to have to complete the podium robbery. If you want the Fister Comet Safari, which is also claimable, you'll need to complete the cargo ship robbery. And if you want the Lampadati Cinco Mila, which is the top tier vehicle and not claimable, you're going to need to complete the Gang Banger robbery. But it is pretty cool that we do have some claimable vehicles in here, especially 2 at once. That's crazy talk, but I do definitely like to see that. So I would definitely try to win both of these vehicles. I think they're both pretty good, especially if you can get them for like 10-20 grand, which is the cost to make them into a personal vehicle once you've stolen them. And of course, last but not least, we have your time trials for the week. Your RC Bandito time trial for today is Construction Site 1. Your regular Junk Energy time trial for today is Sewer System. Your regular time trial is Cafalia Way, and your HSW time trial is going to be the one that starts right here in Sandy Shores and ends by the scrapyard in La Puerta right about here. Anyway guys, that has been it for what to buy and what to avoid this week in GTA Online. Let me know if you found this video useful by leaving a like if you enjoyed, of course. If not, feel free to dislike as well. Comment a 7 if you made it to the end of the video. Consider subscribing to my channel if you guys are new, and I will see you all in the next one. Until then, take care. Peace.